All humans share a common ancestor with all other vertebrates. But did you know that the earliest roots of the human eye appear to lie in a small Cyclops that lived millions of years ago? New research suggests that far back in evolutionary history, one of our earliest relatives had a single eye, much like a Cyclops, located on top of its head. The research was done by scientists from Lund University and the University of Sussex, where they conducted research on the many different light-sensitive cells in animals, mapping the types of photoreceptors and their locations on the body to an evolutionary tree. They eventually traced modern vertebrate eyes all the way back to a simple worm-like ancestor with a single eye in the middle of its head. Even more intriguing, this ancestor appears to have developed two bilateral eyes before reverting to its primordial one-eyed state. The study also suggests that the remains of that original median eye still exist today, but in a very different form. It has become the pineal gland, a small structure deep in the brain. The distant ancestor lived nearly 600 million years ago. It was a small, worm-like animal that spent most of its time in one place, feeding by filtering plankton from seawater. Earlier in its evolutionary history, it had two eyes, similar to many other animals. As the creature adapted to a more stationary lifestyle, however, having two eyes was no longer necessary. So, over time, those paired eyes disappeared. But even after losing its paired eyes, the organism still kept a group of light-sensing cells in the center of its head. These cells gradually formed a simple, single eye that could detect light and darkness and help the animal sense orientation. Then when later generations became more active again and returned to a free-swimming lifestyle, these cells gave rise to two eyes once again. This new shift, however, created pressure to develop better vision. So, it developed a photoreceptor protein capable of transducing light into electrical signals more quickly, which made them more responsive. It's one of the innovations that allows modern vertebrates to have keen eyesight capable of forming images. This unusual evolutionary path helps explain why vertebrate eyes are built so differently from those of invertebrates like arthropods and mollusks. Invertebrates, the film of our eyes, the retina, developed from the brain, whereas the eyes of insects and squid originate in the skin on the sides of the head. Finally, while our one-eyed ancestor lost its two eyes when it moved to the ocean floor, subsequent generations didn't lose the centralized light-sensing cells when they developed two eyes again. In fact, a piece of this organ still exists in humans today. Through millions of years of evolution, it became the pineal gland, a light-sensitive organ in the brain. Buried deep within the brain, the pineal gland secretes melatonin, a hormone that plays a key role in controlling our body's circadian rhythm, including sleep patterns. This unusual origin of human eyes has baffled scientists who formerly believed that our eyes had evolved directly from earlier eye structures. The find is reshaping ideas about how the eyes and brains evolved.